everybody, it's Throbby with Large Lads here again, and this is another devlog for Winterreach Emporium, our fantasy ski shop manager. Here I'm working on the music list, we have a little music widget, so we've been getting some of our widgets in, and this is our music widget. So I'm just doing some functionality here. It's pretty coded. I just want to do some button functionality to hide it, because it is kind of big on the screen, and it looks really nice, and it's just up there on the top, but it's kind of, especially, like sometimes I've played games like this, and players will occasionally want to just mute the music, like, hey, I just don't want to listen to music when I play. So I'm just adding functionality for you to be able to get rid of the widget. If you're going to if you end up muting the music, I don't want you to have the widget on your screen the whole time, taking up the screen. So I'm just adding some hide functionality, but some important things to kind of talk about the game and the progress. So this week, potentially as late as this weekend, potentially as early as tomorrow, we will have a demo available. Or we'll push the demo. I'm not sure how long it'll take Steam to review, so it's kind of hard to say actually when you guys will have access to it, but we will have a demo by Sunday at the latest is when we're going to actually submit the build. So we have a whole bunch of systems we're working. The AI is almost totally done. The build and cataloging system is almost entirely done. And I'll go over it again, but I'm just going to go over it now. Just so if you are kind of hyped for the demo, just so you know kind of what to expect. Lots of the game's functionalities are still developmental, so they won't be there, like the research tree, all of the different so we have different what's the word for it, I guess, types of gear. So you have your boots, and then you have your gloves, and you have your skis and your snowboards. Because we don't have the research system, there's only one kind of tier of each. So that's just something to keep in mind. We do have a reputation system, but because we don't have different types of the equipment, you won't really get real functionality to that system. Because there's not really going to be anything to modify your reputation, because that's kind of how our reputation system works, is based on what kind of equipment you're selling. But what you will kind of have is 10 to 15 minutes of new gameplay is kind of what I'm expecting, where everything's brand new for 10 to 15 minutes. You kind of load up the game, you load into your map, you can place around all the different shelves and put them around, and then you can run some days. I mean, you could run as many days as you wanted to, but it probably wouldn't be all that fun just because there's not that much content right now. But we wanted to give you guys something to play, and then we also need something for Next Fest, which will, put a boost in the game and the wish lists, which are really important to us. With that being said, if you haven't wishlisting is huge. I mean, that's kind of our biggest endeavor is getting wish lists so we can get more visibility, and then so we can get with a publisher as well is kind of another goal. So those wish lists are going to be huge for us. So the best way you can support, like I said, even if you won't buy the game, is to wish list it. But yeah, so with that functionality, we also, I guess this is a good part to say, hey, this will be in the actual game, but not in the demo. So that research system won't be in the demo, but it will be in the game. So you'll be able to research tons of new gear and things like that, which will also include food and beverages. So the food and beverages won't be in the demo, but they will be in the game on release, that is. The dynamic weather system doesn't actually have any effect. It just works the snow that you see on the screen. It'll be far more in depth. You'll have a calendar with a forecast, and on that calendar you'll have, this is again not for the demo, this is for the actual game, you'll have the calendar, you'll have a week of forecast, and it'll tell you what the weather is going to be like and what that weather is going to do to your customer base. And you'll also have planned events like festivals and stuff like that are also going to affect your customer base. If there's a goblin festival, you're going to have a lot of goblins come in the store that day. And if you don't run a shop that has goblins, you might not have a good day that day. But if you do run a goblin shop, maybe you want to have a bonus stock that day. So that's just something to keep in mind. With our systems, we'll also, in the actual release, we'll have dynamic events that'll pop up throughout the day. Right now, you kind of just play the day and watch it in a cozy kind of sim, here's my shop, and I'm just watching things happen. In the actual game, there'll be some dynamic events for you to respond to. And that'll, you know, obviously also have effects. What other big systems are we missing? I'm not sure if we're going to end up doing it, but potentially building your shop might be in the actual game. And I'm not going to promise that it will be in the game though, because right now we're kind of just focused on like decor and like placing your shelves and stuff, and your displays. So that's kind of more the priority. And we have like some really pretty UI. Like if you look at the screen right now, this is like some finalized UI to a degree. You see it's really nice, and we had our 2D artist do it. But there is going to be some systems that might not actually have the final, you know, UI implemented. So just keep in mind of that. If you end up playing the demo and you're like, whoa, this one thing has some ugly UI, that's why. We do have our full soundtrack. We have 30 songs, kind of lo-fi chill songs. They work really well with the game. So our soundtrack, that's actually why I'm doing this, because we have the whole soundtrack made. So we do have the soundtrack. We also have it on YouTube. You guys have to let me know if you want us to drop the playlist with all of the songs. We have it privated. It's kind of just for us to listen to while we're coding. But if you guys really want to listen to the whole soundtrack, let me know, and I can make it public. But with all that being said, this is kind of just basic. I guess if you've never done this is just kind of basic playing animations with a widget. This is all I really did today. All the good coders did the good code. I'm doing the easy code now. So having tons of issues as usual. But with all that being said, I just wanted to have a check-in today. There'll be more devlogs this week. There should just be a lot of videos this week. I mean, I would expect a lot of videos this week. And with all that being said, I will let you guys go. And I appreciate everybody who's been watching and everybody who's subscribed. The subscribers is a big thing for us. We really want to grow the platform here, like our platform on YouTube. We do have a Discord as well. So if you ever want to jump in and drop some stuff in our Discord, or talk to us or whatever, the Discord is always a good avenue. Also, if you have any like recommendations or questions about the game, I respond to every single comment. And then also, you should be able to find our email on our page if you want to email us for any reason. But thanks, guys. I'll let the rest of the video play out if it's not over. But I appreciate it. If you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Bye.